Do you have any advice for vegetarians, especially around how to get more protein in your diet?
Yeah, one of the myths around vegetarian nutrition is that you can't get enough protein in your diet, but I think we've explored that myth and we've busted that myth like hundreds of times. One of our members right now is getting 250 grams of protein in per day on a veggie diet. So I think that's it just kind of shows that you don't need to go down any other route. He's not relying on things like Quorn products. He's not relying on like fake meats and like protein powder with every single meal and taking supplementation all the time. But he's using that wisely, but he's just managed his nutritional approach so much better than he ever has before. So here's a few easy things that I'll just share with you that will help you increase your protein intake. The first one has to be, and we hear this all the time, chickpeas and lentils contain loads of protein. And whilst they contain protein, the main macronutrient within them is carbohydrates. Now, there's nothing wrong with carbohydrates. So I'm not saying you have to go low carb to achieve, health with a vegetarian diet. I'm just saying you've got to be mindful. An easy way to manage that meal, if you're having chickpeas, if you're having lentils, you might not have roti with that meal, or you might have one less instead of having 2 or 3 with it. And you can add in things like low-fat yogurts or fat-free Greek yogurts to bring up the protein content in that meal. You can even add in like low-fat cheeses because it tastes really nice together. That would be such an easy way to build your protein content up in that meal and still be able to enjoy the foods that we've grown up eating. Number 2 is, think about it, a lot of people are eating potatoes, jacket potatoes, rice, roti, all these different ways of getting lots of carbs in. If you like those types of dishes, even pastas, if you like those types of dishes, simple swaps help. So you've got Explore black bean spaghetti. You're getting 25 grams of protein in per serving with that, which is insane. You could literally swap out to red lentil pasta. So you're really bumping the protein content up there as well. So there's different things you can just swap in and out. I mean, if you check out our recipe book, we've got a high protein roti recipe, and that's like 15 grams of protein per roti. So you could even grab that and start cooking that up every single day. So you're not having to cut back on the things you're really enjoying, you can just adapt it slightly. The third thing that I would do is eat lean protein cheeses, like crazy. It's like 11 grams of protein per 30 gram serving, which is easy to add to your diet. You literally just grate that over the top of one of your meals. It's 11 grams of protein. If you're aiming for like 30 grams of protein per meal, then most of it is there. Like the hard work is done, and you're literally just taking a couple of seconds to add that to a meal. So that would be an easy swap if you're having things like full fat cheese anyway. You can just literally use the eat lean protein version. Number 4 has to be one of the greatest finds I've ever had in a supermarket, and that was Apatina paneer. It's so high in protein, really low in fat, and you can add that to things like sag. You can literally put that, you can even put it in like a tofu scramble and put a bit of that in as well. So again, you're making really simple meals. You're not spending hours in the kitchen trying to come up with something brand new. You're not having to rely on things like, the frozen Quorn products. You're actually eating good quality food and you're making it yourself at home. So I think that's a really simple thing you could do. But a lot of what we're talking about here is branching out. Like branch out from what you're normally eating. Like don't have this black and white thinking that everything's got to be grown in your garden to be healthy. Like you can make really balanced meals with simple swaps like that.